My name is Rajendra. People call me RB. Uh, my last name is very big, so they shortened it while I was in the US because nobody understood when they said my last name. So it got shortened. So thanks Economic Times for inviting me and also interacting with the Eclectic group, which is actually here to hear more about the shared services. Maybe I didn't like the word shared services because we have transformed a lot. I guess maybe if I go back, when I started my journey in analytics around 1997, okay? So a lot of questions were coming to us saying, will it really work? Can you access data in different regions? Do you really understand the business? Because honestly, credit cards as such, the penetration in India was so low. It was 0.0005%. As compared to the US, which was around 35%. So a lot of questions asking, okay, do you understand credit bureau? Do you understand risk? Do you understand unsecured lending? Do you understand mortgage? So a lot of these types of questions were coming to us, but honestly, we didn't understand it at all, right? And we said, okay, maybe there is an option for us to really look at how we can build this as a capability over a period of time. So what we got to the table was totally different. So we said, we have the capabilities, we have the talent, maybe we don't have the business knowledge, and that can be built over a period of time. And honestly, when we all started, it was, how do I access the data? What sort of infrastructure is required? How do I get the tools which can be working for me? And also, we visited the US so many times. We had to tell people that, okay, we understand analytics well. We have people with masters in economics, statistics, mathematics, MBA in finance, in the quant areas and stuff like that, but it was a hard sell in the beginning. A lot of people didn't really believe us at all. They said, okay, fine, whatever I cook in my kitchen is the best, but I don't believe in you. So that started. So honestly, when I started, I think for the first 6 to 8 months, we didn't even do a single project. So I had to go to my manager and say that, okay, this is not working. And maybe I left a job which I had, which was very good, which I had some job going on. And now I might want to resign and go back to the same old company which I worked earlier because you guys are not doing anything with us. Things started changing. Honestly, I think small things started coming to us. And this was basically, can I give you the access to the data? There are some repeatable, reliable processes which you can actually start transitioning so that you can produce the reports which are required by the business. A lot of people actually said, okay, this is good enough for us to start working on and establish that confidence in the business and also fine-tune our infrastructure and the tools which can be very good for us. We started doing that in the beginning. It worked well. So it actually helped us to build the confidence with the business that we can do this work. I think I still remember one of the senior folks, I used to work for GE earlier, and one of the senior guys actually came in and he said, RB, you know what, we have to produce or build a machine which can actually do all the decisions for us, because what do we do in analytics is driving decisions based on the data you have, right? So he said, okay, can we build a machine which can actually make all the decisions for you? If somebody applies for a credit card, based on the information we have, can we give them a credit card with a limit, right? And I used to wonder that I joined analytics, but is it the right thing which I did? Because a lot of times I used to feel that, okay, if everything is getting automated, then in the next 5 to 6 years, we'll not have any job, right? And believe me, that doesn't happen. And it has not happened at all. And I was actually waiting for certain things to happen. Now you can talk about AI, machine learning, algorithms, advanced analytics, whatever you want to talk. I think still, I think we are absorbing a lot of people. We are not able to hire for the demand which we have. We are also losing a lot of people to the industry, and that has become a big problem. So I don't know where people are going, but everybody is saying that, okay, we are losing people, right? And it's a funny thing actually, because people are starting their own businesses. And honestly, I think this is so hot right now. It's basically nobody knows what will happen next, right? So from there, when we started the journey, I think we started answering business questions. That actually increased the confidence. Maybe the first few years when we started, it was mostly setting it up and growing it, right? Most of the work actually came to us for the cost reasons, because they said, okay, doing it in India is much cheaper, so let's go there. We have the talent, so we have to invest in the talent so that we can build it over a period of time. I think 20 years, maybe we have grown it very well, I would say. It has become a big industry. But we still don't want to call ourselves as shared services, because now I think it's the time for us to transform, right? And we have done a lot of work. A lot of people are there already who understand the industry well, who understand the business well, who also have analytics as their capability, and they are very passionate about it. And the combination of this can create wonders, right? And all of us have gone through it, because one of the things where we lack as of now is the context in the business, because we are sitting very far from the business. We feel that the business is somewhere else, and we get something and we do that and send it off. Maybe that is good enough for a bit time, maybe for the first 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. But now, I guess we are not playing that game. We are saying, okay, can you call us and tell me what the problem of the business is, and I will decide how I need to solve it, right? And to a large extent, that is happening. Our partners who are sitting in the regions are asking us that it's not the delivery, because service delivery is a given. 15 years, 20 years, 25 years down the line, if we are still talking about service delivery, then we have not got the game yet. Service delivery is a given thing. So now they are asking, okay, how can you add more value to us? Can you get the thought leadership in your team? Can you understand and question us about what's not happening in the business? Can you, honestly, they are asking us, can you come up with more thoughts which can actually be very cost effective for us, and also speed to the floor is much, much faster, right? So if you ask me, the questions what we are getting today is totally different. They are looking for efficiency and effectiveness, right? Honestly, when I started with some of the companies which I worked for, I think 80% of us did mostly MIS or reporting, which was repeatable, reliable processes. We said, okay, we have people, they can do it. Honestly, now if I see, I think we have maybe around 20% of the people doing reporting, because everything is automated. Everything is automated. It's not even like people monitoring these things. People are actually just clicking a button, or maybe sometimes not even clicking a button. So that's where it has gone. And a lot of times, people are asking, okay, you're producing the reports, it's all automated, that's good. Now, if I see something in the report, I want to understand where exactly it has gone wrong. So can you build those capabilities in the team? So honestly, if you look at, we are looking at capabilities which can be embedded in the reports. When you say that the sales is going up or coming down, I want to also trigger a host of analytics which can actually be on cloud or on my systems. And before anybody gets the report, you also get why this is happening. For example, a simple thing, my sales came down last month, and wanted to know what exactly happened, right? People actually start investigating all these things post-fact, right? And they feel that, okay, we didn't do this, or it takes almost like 1.5 months for people to come back with their insights. But can we trigger all this so that it happens? Because my sales came down because I didn't do much advertising, and my competition was doing much better than me. My ad spend was not the best in that month, because we said it might be a lull month, but the industry was somewhere else. So it's not only just looking at my data, but can I look at the competition data, the industry data, and then come up with the insights? Because what we look for in analytics is the insights which can actually help me drive decisions, right? So to a large extent, if you ask me, it's transformed. It has gone to a level where people nowadays take service delivery as a given thing. They're asking us questions which are mostly futuristic. They are asking us to build a slack in the team where you can invest in innovation. For example, we have a innovation initiative which is going on across the globe. And this is basically to see if there is any simple single idea which is on the floor. We want to capture that as soon as possible and make sure that it actually impacts the business. And the way I calculate impact to the business is, for example, it's not the cost arbitrage. Maybe it's cheaper here, doing it in some other regions, it might be much, much expensive. So we don't want to compare the cost arbitrage at all. And we want to compare what's the value I add to the business, right? For every dollar the business spends on me, how much do I give back? So if I come up with an index, can it be 1 is basically whatever you're paying, a dollar paid, you get a return of $1. But if I say I go up to 1.1, that means that you get a 10% return on the investment or the spend you have made with me, right? So we are looking at how much more we can do, right? And honestly, there are so many ideas which are there in the market, and it's not that all of them will work, but can we create an environment where a lot of ideas are at least checked? And out of 10, maybe 1 or 2 will work, right? But we are also keeping a log which says what are the 8 ideas which didn't work, so that we don't try it for a while. Maybe it will work maybe 10 years down the line, but at this point in time, we don't want to do that at all, right? So analytics is actually transforming itself. A lot of value which is derived out of this. A lot of people are not asking the same questions which they were asking. It's becoming a value game. And that's where I was coming, saying that, okay, shared services has to change to value partners now. And most of us are from shared services, right? So it's basically captives where they have offshored some of the work here. And honestly, I think we wear the same badge. We have the same, in the sense, same responsibility, accountability as anybody in the business. And the only thing which is also coming up when we speak to the businesses, they come and see a lot of stuff happening here, and they say that, okay, you guys have wonderful capabilities here, so that's not an issue at all, but you don't have the business context or the knowledge. And my only response to them is, I don't have the business here, I have only the capabilities, so I manage the capabilities, but if you have the business knowledge, it's your responsibility to give me the business knowledge here, right? So can we make those investments in the beginning? So we are actually looking at how we can actually rotate some of the people in the business so that when they come back, they have a lot of value addition to make for the processes which we are working on, right? And one other thing which, apart all of this, which is, I feel, from the shared services standpoint which we are missing, is communications, right? So honestly, most of the analysts don't know how to communicate. They are very good in communicating what they did and how they built the model, how it is like giving the lift, but nobody talks in business terms, right? So a lot of people actually say that, okay, can we actually invest in business communications? So a lot of people actually in my team come to me and say that, okay, you know what, I have a wonderful idea, but nobody wants to look at it. I said, that's none of the people's problem because you don't know how to sell it. So can we actually tell people or invest in our people so that they can actually communicate better and maybe transform a lot of things which we are looking at? Because one, rotations across will help us a lot. Communications across will help us a lot. To a large extent, I think algorithms are there, AI algorithms, machine learning. All of this actually can add value to some extent. To a large extent, I feel the future is on the data. And if you have more data on your customers, you can make better decisions. All of these algorithms can give you some edge for a particular period of time, but over a period of time, it's the data game. And that's where I think most of the companies are now going towards. I think it will change the game for us, and it will be mostly value additions which will be coming in over a period of time. So with that, I think I pretty much finish on time. Thanks, folks. This was good. Interacting with you all was very good. So hope you had a good session.
Thank you so much, sir.